New at 6, a new book examines problems here in the Golden State and what it will take to reverse them. It's called Califailure, Reversing the Ruin of America's Worst-Run State. It's written by conservative commentator and former Fox News host Steve Hilton, who is now considering running for governor of California as a Republican. Steve Hilton, welcome. Good to see you.
Great to be with you, Alex.
Congrats on the book, which is available for pre-order now.
Exactly.
So, are you running?
Well, look, I'm taking it very seriously. This state needs change. I think everyone would agree with that, regardless of your party affiliation. I've worked on policy matters for a long time, both here in America, since I became a citizen, back in the UK, in 10 Downing Street. I've started companies, I've been in the media, so I think I can put together the kind of policy program that will turn things around. The question is it doable? Is it possible to win? Is the support there, particularly the financial support? I'd only get into this with a realistic chance of winning because it's a serious thing and I would want to take it seriously.
And you haven't made that determination
Not yet. That's probably, I would say, a few months away.
Okay, but it certainly sounds like if you ran, this would be the plan, right? What you're talking about in the book in terms of policy solutions. So let's go through some of them. How do we fix homelessness?
Well, the real problem with homelessness right now is that we've had all this money spent for so many years. You just saw the audit earlier this year, $24 billion, and they don't know where it went. And the problem is still with us. Gavin Newsom promised, it was nearly 20 years ago that he said he'd have it finished and cleaned up within 10 years, and we're still looking at the problem today. One of the main things that we've got to address is the fact that so many of the people who are living in these terrible conditions that none of us would want to see people we love living in, they are suffering from mental health problems, from addiction and so on. And any service that is funded by the state of California, it cannot require sobriety. It cannot require that you go on a drug treatment program or an alcohol treatment program, even if they're available. It's called Housing First, which sounds like a good idea. Give people housing and then give them the treatment, but you've got to require it. And that's the way we solve this problem. The other additional problem is that housing is so expensive. It costs so much to build, including shelter accommodation for homeless people. We've got to deal with the cost of housing in California too.
So you say that it can't be required for the drug treatment?
It can't. That's the law. It's the law in California that it is illegal to require sobriety.
And you think it should be legal to...
Yeah, of course, because that's the way we help people get their lives back on track.
In terms of crime, you were a big advocate of Prop 36, which just passed by almost 40 points, even though all the top Democrats, including Governor Newsom, were against it. That's a reformation of Prop 47. What do we do next?
I think we have to look at the causes of crime. Of course, we need more accountability when people commit crimes. They need to be held accountable. But we also need to look at the factors that drive people into a life of crime as well. That's why it's so important to remember that despite all our wealth in this state, we have the highest rate of poverty in the country. We've got to do something about that. We've got families who are raising kids in incredibly difficult circumstances. And so you'll see in my policy organization, Golden Together, we've put out a paper about how you can really help families raise children in a stable way that means that they won't end up on that pathway to crime. I think we need to work harder to stop the problem in the first place.
Kamala Harris apparently thinking about running for governor. What do you think of the prospect of Kamala Harris running for governor?
Look, it's an amazing state. It's the best place in the world as far as I'm concerned. It's been our home for 12 years. I can totally understand why someone would want this incredible opportunity, but I'm not sure she's looking at it for the right reasons. If you look at what they're putting out there about why she may be doing this, it's not because she wants to solve the problems of California. In many ways, she caused them. Certainly her party's policies did. The reason, apparently, is that she doesn't want her last act in public life to be certifying Donald Trump's election victory. In other words, it's all about her and salvaging some kind of, remnants from this campaign that she just lost. And I don't think that's a good basis on which to run for the governor of the most amazing state in America.
Who do you think will be the toughest person to run against?
Well, I think, to be honest, Kamala Harris will be a tough competitor because, of course, as the briefing around her potential candidacy has said, she'd clear the field, the other candidates wouldn't run, she'd get all the money. I'm not sure how much money she'd get since she's just, wasted, I don't know how many billions on things that the donors are pretty upset about. But, you can't dismiss her. She's a former vice president, a serious candidate. And so, look, my view is the state needs change. And so whoever the Democrat is, I think they're going to lose, because the people of California understand we need to go in a new direction to bring back the California dream.
Unless there might be some Democrats that run against the party, like Rick Caruso or Antonio Villaraigosa, others, which will be interesting to see as well.
Exactly.
Steve Hilton, great to see you. Congrats on the book. Again,
Thank
the
you,
book,
Alex.
let's show it one more time. Califailure is available for pre-order now. Marla, over to you.